How much do you know about the cause of climate change? Why is it important to know about the impact of climate change? Last night, the Global Scholars Program hosted a lecture titled The Science and Politics of Global Climate Change. This presentation talked about the problems and solutions for climate change from a biological and a political perspective. Jacob Hicks has more from Bradley Hall.
Last night, the Global Scholars Program hosted an event called The Science and Politics of Global Climate Change with guest speaker Dr. Jeannie Bukowski. She talked about the main problem with global climate change.
Lack of knowledge, especially in the United States. People don't tend to understand the mechanisms behind it, so it's become such a political issue that people either believe in it or not believe in it, depending upon what side of the political spectrum they're in.
Dr. Bukowski is an associate professor in the Institute of International Studies here at Bradley. Following a private sector experience that included an association with Caterpillar, she completed her PhD in political science with concentrations in international relations and comparative politics from University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Her areas of expertise include international organizations, integration, the European Union, and the environmental politics and policy, particularly transbounding water issues. During her lecture, she talked about the relationship between science and politics.
There is certainly the potential, and I think overall there is a very positive relationship between, and that's what we call the science policy interface, basically. But there's a tension, especially with scientists who feel that if they are not strictly engaging in science, and then the results are either used or not by policymakers, I think overall it's absolutely necessary and overall positive, but there are barriers involved in that interface.
Towards the end of her lecture, she talked about some solutions that we could, as a society, help limit global climate change.
At all levels, but especially I think the individual level in terms of people understanding it and acting upon it, but also it's a global problem. It has to be a global solution. So we need the Paris Accord to be implemented, and we need to move forward in terms of agreements, and that those agreements are going to have to involve renewable energy.
If you're interested in learning more about this topic, there will be a class offered in the fall semester called Science and Politics of Global Climate Change. Likewise, you could study abroad in Costa Rica during the J-term semester. You can find more information by contacting Dr. Jeannie Bukowski at jbukow@bradley.edu. For BUTV News, I'm Jacob Hicks.